What we're going to talk about now, Jerry, is the CRE Summit. And we have on the phone our friend and fellow real estate broker, Chris Mensinger. Hey, Chris.
Good morning.
So what year does this make it? Now, Jerry founded the Commercial Real Estate Workshop, now the CRE Summit, for everything related to commercial real estate, from brokers to attorneys, accountants, lawyers, engineers, title insurance professionals, and the list goes on, construction, developers, everything. How long have you been involved with the CRE Summit?
I think I first got on committee about 8 years ago. And then Jerry and I started working more closely together 3 or 4 years ago. But Jerry's on his 34th year. Which is amazing.
And so Jerry, you founded something and stuck with it. And I was involved for about the first 10 years, starting about year 3 or so. And this thing has grown from a couple hundred people to like 1,000 people. It'll be at August 25th all day at the CHI Health Center. And if you go to attendcresummit.com, you'll know what we're talking about. So Chris, give us kind of an overview of the summit this year.
Sure. Well, the summit is really focused this year on interest rates, and just the fact that it's a little bit different navigating into higher interest rates environment these days. So that's what our focus is. Every panel, every breakout will have some focus on that, whether it's the finance breakout or construction breakout, kind of how deals are getting done. We've got some great roundtables. We've got developers at the end of the day that are key to Omaha's success and how they're charting the course during this kind of interesting new time for us.
So, Jerry, real estate has a cycle, and basically commercial real estate, and every year you kind of name, you have a theme. And what would you say the name, but also what is the theme and what is the overall feeling this year that we'll see on August 25th?
Sure. So each year what we try to do is have our planning committee put together a subject or a group of subjects that address what is very, very timely in the commercial real estate world. And we've had at least 10 years of smooth sailing with low interest rates, low construction costs, and as a consequence, America, Omaha, Lincoln have built up dramatically. All of a sudden, we hit the inflation. Now everybody knows about the Fed raising interest rates to the point now where they're limiting or stopping many, if not all, of new commercial real estate projects. And it's that subject that we're delving into to try to assist the groups that you just mentioned, Trenton, to work through what we call difficult times. And that's the purpose, and I think our planning group this year has really nailed it. I reread the program again this year, and it's right on target.
So what's cool about it, if you go back and you follow the CRE Summit, we'll say, do we step on the gas or push on the brake? And the projects you see going up now, Chris, you see a plethora of construction, every arterial, every back road, from housing developments to industrial, which is white hot, to retail, multifamily. Those projects really didn't get financed yesterday. They got financed a year or two ago, right?
That's right. And that's why I think that we talk about that a lot because, the general public, they drive around Omaha and they're like, there's cranes everywhere, there's construction everywhere. So when we talk about what's happening at the summit and that we feel like these are challenging times, we get a little pushback sometimes when we're getting interviewed on things like this because they said it looks crazy. It looks like there's a ton of work happening. And that's true. Exactly what you said, Trent. Those are deals that were penciled a long time ago. Loans were secured a long time ago. Things are a little bit different now. Omaha, we're a conservative environment by nature, and I think we'll be fine compared to the rest of the country. But I do think it's a reassessment for all of us in the industry about how we get things done. And a little bit of patience, which not a lot of us are very good at, and there's relationships and some of the people that you'd be able to see at the summit, having those conversations one-on-one and talking about how people are getting things done and how the world's changed a bit for them. I think these are really important conversations to have, and they tend to happen that day when these folks all get together and are in a room together and talking about really important things, that how we all make a living.
And speaking of that, so Chris and I are commercial real estate brokers. We handle leases, we handle sales of all types of real estate. And Jerry, that being said, there still seems to be a dichotomy between what we're talking about now with it's almost impossible to get a loan. You can get a loan, but it's just to make it pencil out and having enough cash. But Omaha, Nebraska, which is more insulated than these boom and bust places, New York, San Francisco, and a lot of other major cities, and we're a tertiary market, healthier place to live, which is nice, but there seems to be a lot of cash in the market. I'm closing on an 80-acre farm that'll be an industrial park. Now, albeit we started about a year ago, but it's also for future development. And there's so much money in the market, which my sense is a lot of people are paying cash or putting down a lot more, maybe taking a partial loan and then hoping they can refinance in a couple of years should they go down.
You're absolutely right. I mean, cash has been and continues to be king in everything, particularly in commercial real estate today. You're going to have to, if you don't have all cash to do a deal, then instead of having 20 or 30% in a deal, have the bank loan you 60 or 70, you better be prepared to put 50% cash in a deal to make it work today.
Chris, the CRE Summit, go to CRE Summit or attendcresummit.com. Real quickly, what are a couple of the panels that you're looking forward to?
I'm really excited about a few different panels. A lot of them are really good. We've got 2 finance panels. One is more on the creative financing side, PACE, TIF, HUD loans. They're going to be very specific on some more kind of non-traditional lending. And then we've got a really conventional lending finance that is more traditional banking that Jerry and I sat in a lot of meetings with them, and it's really fascinating to hear best practices and really, again, kind of coaching folks how they're going to get those loans and how it's going to move forward and what the banks are looking for and some alternatives to traditional banking. We've got a couple of other things that I think are great. There's a legal panel that's going to be pretty dynamic when they're talking about techniques for working through the current interest rates and how developers are changing kind of the way they do their work. There's also what we've really noticed in the room, and we've got a lot of feedback, is there's, and I'm sure you've noticed it too, Trenton, is there's a lot of younger, whether it be younger in age or newer to the commercial real estate community, there's younger people in the room. And so we've got a couple of breakouts that are just small panels of table topics that people can go and just have a conversation about kind of areas of their interest, whether that be negotiating or working within the teachable moments, mistakes that we've made, networking. So they'll be able to sit down with just a small group of really seasoned folks in the industry and be able to ask direct questions. And we haven't done much of that in the past, where it's a little bit more intimate tables. The other one that I'm really looking forward to is the end of the day. We've got a panel of Omaha developers that have been really influential to Omaha. We've got Dave Fanslaw, planning director, Arun Agarwal with White Lotus. We've got someone with Mutual of Omaha, with Heinz Development, and with Nala Companies. So, the people that have been really impactful, and I think everyone's always anxious to hear what they have to say. And of course, we've got the ESG conversation, because everybody's talking about environmental, social, and governance in the CRE industry.
That's great. Now, I've been attending this thing for a long time, and the CRE Summit. I have 2 favorite parts. My favorite parts are at the beginning, where Jerry kind of gives an overview and starts us off. Now, in the past, Jerry, you've surprised us with unique outfits and costumes and things like that. Are there going to be any surprises this year?
Well, we are not planning one, but just based on what you just said, it sounds like I may be forced into doing one again.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And then my other favorite part is the networking cocktail party afterwards. Well, Chris, we got to take a break. And Chris Mensinger, fellow real estate broker, good friend, and Jerry Slusky, thank you for talking about the CRE Summit. Go to attendcresummit.com, August 25th, all day at the CHI Health Center.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.